Arthur Produce Auction, Hauling Produce In, Part 1. This is the first video of a 3-part series. The next part will be selling produce, and the third part is hauling produce out. So this first video is over 10 minutes long, so I decided to split these up into 3 different sections. The Arthur Produce Auction is an auction that was started in 2004. They have the auctions on Tuesdays and Fridays starting at 10 a.m. Mostly in the summer months. They start in the spring and then end up in the fall. It's located a half a mile south of Route 133, about 1 mile east of Vine Street in Arthur. The address is 354 North 100 East. There are around 45 produce auctions in the United States, and Arthur has this one that is very well attended. We have a lot of the local farmers, a lot of Amish in this area that have greenhouses, and also have several acre patches that they grow different kinds of produce. And here's a video of unloading some tomatoes and getting ready for an auction. And the produce is harvested within 24 hours of each auction, so it's fresh. And the produce items must be graded and packed in standardized containers. The saying is that quality produce sells. And basically this produce auction is wholesale only, only in wholesale lots, so the minimum they sell is a 3-box lot usually. Each grower is responsible for unloading and labeling his produce. So as they bring it in, they have to put each seller has their own number, seller number they put on the box, and then they also put a description of what's in the box. As mentioned, large lots need to be a minimum of 3 boxes. However, they do at the end of the sale have some smaller lots that they sell. A commission is charged to the grower to support the cost of the operation of the auction. And this auction is a co-op. It is owned by some of the people that from anybody in the community that wants to own shares. It's owned by the shareholders. And some of the items they have early season, they have strawberries and onions and asparagus, some things that are grown in greenhouses. They have some flowers and also trees that they sell early in the year. And then in the summer they have different sweet corn and things like that. And then this particular auction was, this video was taken in early September. And so this is basically, most of these items would be fall items. And there's different pictures here of some of the produce that was at this auction. Mostly we had pumpkins, squash, and tomatoes that you'll see. But we had a big variety of different items that they brought in. Who are the buyers? Restaurant owners, roadside stand vendors, and some order buyers from chain stores, and also homeowners. Sometimes several families will go together and buy several boxes and like apples or make applesauce or whatever. If they don't have their own produce, they can buy it here. So it's actually for anybody, but it's sold in larger lots. It's designed to be a wholesale item. but they do sell some small lots at the very end. Then the prices, they fluctuate from week to week. It's sort of like anything else. It's a supply and demand type thing. And they have a poster out called 10 Good Reasons to Buy Locally Grown. Everything here is basically to be considered locally grown. It has to be grown within 100 miles of this auction. Locally grown food tastes and looks better. Crops marketed close to home are picked at their peak and usually sold within 24 hours of harvesting. Food imported from far away must travel on trucks or planes and then is stored in a warehouse. So if it's grown locally, it's right from the patch to your table in 24 hours. Local food is better for you. The shorter the time between the farm and your table, the less likely it is that nutrients will be lost from fresh food. Most fresh produce loses much of its nutritional value within 48 hours of harvesting. Local food is safer. With all the issues related to food safety and homeland security, there's an assurance that comes from looking a farmer in the eye at the farmer's market or driving by the fields where your food comes from. Massachusetts farmers aren't anonymous, and they take their responsibility to the consumer seriously. And this poster was actually, I guess, made in Massachusetts. So anyway, Illinois farmers aren't anonymous. Local food supports local families. The wholesale prices that farmers get for their products are usually very low, sometimes not more than the cost of producing them. Local farmers who sell directly to consumers cut out the middleman and can get full retail price for their food, which helps farm families be able to afford to continue farming their land. Local food builds community. When you buy direct from a farmer, you're engaging in a time-honored connection between eater and grower, and you're supporting a local business. Getting to know folks who grow your food helps you know more about the place you live. In many cases, it gives you access to a place where you can go to enjoy nature and the seasons and to learn more about how food grows. Local food preserves open space. When farmers get paid more for their products, by nearby shoppers are less likely to sell farmland for development. Local food keeps taxes down. According to several studies, farms contribute more in taxes than they require in services, whereas most residential development contributes less in taxes than the cost of required services. Local food benefits the environment and wildlife. Farmers are leaders in the use of environmentally sound growing practices. Our farms encompass a patchwork of fields, meadows, woods, streams, and ponds that provide essential habitat for wildlife. Additionally, long-distance transportation of food increases air pollution. Local food is an investment in our future. When you buy locally grown food, you're helping to preserve the strength and character of our community for our children and grandchildren. Local food preserves genetic diversity. In industrial agriculture, plants are bred for their ability to ripen uniformly, withstand harvesting, survive packing, and last a long time on the shelf. So there are only a few varieties in large-scale production. This leaves our food supply vulnerable to disease or disaster. Smaller local farms, in contrast, often grow many different varieties to provide a longer season, an array of colors, and the best flavors. This information was taken from a poster called 10 Good Reasons to Buy Locally Grown. And this about wraps up this video. They had a lot of specialty items there. That's broom corn. And that's what they use to make brooms. It's made here locally in Arcola, Illinois. And they had a lot of mums, flowers, and of course lots and lots of pumpkins. And so if you've never been to this market, I hadn't been there for a couple of years, and I spent the whole day there and had a very good time and learned a lot. And If you need more information as far as the hours and how to get involved, you can call Sheldon Raber. He's the manager, does an excellent job. His phone number is 217-853-1699. So the Arthur Produce Auction for buyers of quality farm fresh produce. Located 1 mile east of Vine Street and 1/2 mile south on Route 133. So thanks for watching, and be looking for the next video where we'll show the actual auctioning of the items, and then the final video will be showing them, the buyers taking the items out from the auction. So thanks again. Catch you later.